Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone coming from various parts of USA as well as those who are joining from around the world. This is our fourth Tech Startup Investment Forum, and on behalf of the Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce, I welcome all of you to this valuable session. Uh, just for those who are joining for the first time, uh, I want to remind everyone that uh, Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce is a non-profit organization headquartered in Las Vegas, USA, with chapters in other states, and we are on to various different initiatives to support commerce, particularly supporting Sri Lanka's economy and this digital revolution. Joining the digital revolution of Sri Lanka is one of the main initiatives. We have partnered with the ICTA of Sri Lanka in bringing this forum to you, particularly for those who are maybe not everyday investors or those who are not uh, in the tech spheres, educating you on opportunities to get involved in the thriving industry in Sri Lanka. So, without further ado, I want to introduce the panel today. We have Mr. Sachindra Samaratna, who is the Associate Digital Economy Officer of ICTO in Sri Lanka, who's been a driving force of this initiative in Sri Lanka and also partnering with us in bringing the forum to you. Along with there will be two other presenters. Mr. Kumar Guanendran from Inventures, from the venture capital space, and three startups, Nifron, Ceylon Cloud, and Hyperglobal. So, looking forward to a very interesting session. Once again, thanks to everyone who's joining from various parts of USA and around the world. So, without further ado, let me introduce Mr. Sachindra Samaratna. Sachindra,
Thank you, Aruna. And once again, good morning to you all joining from the United States and many others who are joining from other countries. Good afternoon, good evening. I would like to present a few slides just to give you an update on what's happening in the ecosystem now. As you know, we have gone through a presidential election, and we are at a stage that we are syncing the various thinking of the new government and what has been developed during the past many years. That's what I want to quickly go through and show you. So I've termed this connecting the dots because we have a digital economy strategy which was approved by cabinet about 3 months back, which the industry has have all worked on with the 6 pillars that you see. I won't go into detail because I'm just wanted to show how the thinking is going to work, and with certain values that this document has been created under the 6 pillars. The 6 pillars include infrastructure, skills, the government digitization aspect of it, cybersecurity, safety, digital financial services, and the digitization of SMEs. Along with that, there is also an artificial intelligence strategy that was developed in Sri Lanka, again by private sector, government, multi stakeholder engagement, which also has multiple pillars supporting it. And that strategy has been published about a month back and have got cabinet approval. Both these strategies, the full documents are available on the Ministry of Technology website. This strategy as well is closely connected with the digital economy strategy, and both teams will be working together to bring this to a success. So the most recent uh, policy document that we saw, Do It policy, um, is also on the cards and is now being looked at with the proposals that have been put into it. One major positive is that all three strategies, I would say the Do It policy, which has been put forward, has taken a lot of information and a lot of thinking from the previous digital economy strategy and the AI strategy, and is well in sync. And there will be a committee, a policy committee, which will be formed hopefully soon, which will include those who have been part of designing the previous strategies as well, so that Sri Lanka would have a digital policy. So with that, in the next 3 months, if this takes place, we would have a very good synergy between the previous strategies, and so that we could move forward with the action plan. The action plan work has already been started. The Ministry of Technology has appointed committees for these different pillars, and work is ongoing, and reporting is ongoing. Progress is being monitored, and all of this is important to say that these four elements cuts across these strategies, which is very important: inclusive, it's sustainable, it's human centric and global. Especially the third point, when it comes to the artificial intelligence strategy, human centricness has been really emphasized, so that we would learn from the past of where things would have gone wrong, and uh, take those learnings and go forward as a country, which is aligning to these principles. These are the main principles that we see across all three two strategies in the policy which I mentioned. So we've done a synergy of all the targets and goals that have been spoken about in these different strategies. And I would go through this, but maybe I'll share these slides. It all would lead into macroeconomic variables, which are the GDP growth of Sri Lanka being supported through the digital economy, which is a target of $15 billion. And from that, a $5 billion export industry of usage of IT and BPM, that's in 2030, and $3 billion target set in 2025. And also the digital maturity of SMEs and MSMEs to be assessed and to improve. So those are the very some of those very high level targets that are there, which of course contributes through the digital literacy, through the foundations that are laid, through the policies that are developed, frameworks that are developed, and so on and so forth. So when you go further towards your left, these will contribute, these targets, achieving those targets will contribute towards achieving what's on the right hand side. So this synergy is taking place, and we're happy to say we would love to work with you and engage with you. And with that, once again, thank you, Aruna, for the time given, and wishing all the very best to the three presenting companies today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir. Uh, Very informative as always. So let me introduce uh, Mr. Azim Ashraf of Niftron to the panel. Hi, Azim. Welcome to the
Hi,
forum
Arna.
and take it away.
Yeah, sure. Hope I'm presenting right now. Yeah, Arna. Yeah. Okay. So guys, I'm Azim Ashraf. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Niftron, and Niftron was founded 4 years ago. And our mission has been revolutionizing the industry through blockchain, driving transparency, security, and trust, mostly for businesses that involve B2B or else SMEs, for and also where trust has been a major obstacle, right? So we've served over 20 clients across three continents. We've served in the US, we've served clients from Canada, UK, and our main goal and target has been to bring blockchain into current existing businesses, right? So initially what we worked on was we worked on products. We tried to bring in products that could uh, make their way onto the mainstream platform. So we worked on blockchain as a service development toolkit, a toolkit that could help existing companies with a small development team to integrate blockchain, and they have minimum code integrations, and there onwards they're on the blockchain, and they don't need to have complete knowledge on the architecture, how the flow works. That's all taken care by us. Then further, we also try to simplify it even more, as blockchain made simple. Simplification is our main goal here. So we try to further simplify, and we brought about two more products. One being a no-code platform, where it's just drag and drop, and then you bring in your main goals, that being you tokenize assets. It can be real world, or else in the blockchain industry, you think about digital assets, and in addition to that, we also do green tokens, things like that, right? And then we also had another sector, that is where we brought in blockchain into the financial fintech industry. So that's where we use blockchain under next century, where we try to bring in no code platforms to do mm, uh, what you call identity verifications, or else we have user management through the blockchain. And all of our platforms, we mainly focus on trust through an auditable trail. So every action that's performed, there's a trail for it, right? And so one of our main products being DPro, that's a matured product. It's currently in beta with few clients, around five clients using. And what it's used for is consumer products, can be apple, grapes, anything you say, or it could be valuable products like forest, wild teas, or else things like that. And apparel industry, for example, has a major use case within DPro, where they can easily integrate their traceability, or else existing information from an ERP system into a product, into our product, that is DPro, and they can create a traceable trail that they can present to overseas clients, or else anyone that's willing to challenge the authenticity of their trace, right? And a few more use cases here, including real world assets, gems, and documentations. So this product is one of our mature products. It has helped us showcase our talent within blockchain. Now what we are looking for is expansion. What we are trying to do is bring in services to Sri Lanka. So our major goal has been focusing on our services, development services, building solutions for foreign clients. Now, just before I get into that, let me just give a short intro on Next Entry. This is one of our young products that's not matured enough. Our idea has been to do KYC on blockchain, DID, trying to fit in trade finance and verifications of documents on a digital trail with blockchain. So this has quite a few use cases. It's still not very mature. So we are open to doing alpha launches, beta launches, trial runs, POCs with anyone who's interested. And furthermore, our existing clients. So we had a very successful run at doing traceability on rice products with DPro, and the initial product where we had entire supply chain traced, and where the foreign clients were able to uh, verify this information. Now, one of our rather interesting projects is AimChat. So this is a social media platform that's mostly based on its aim to chat, and where they are interested in bringing in blockchain and encryption algorithms, right? So they want to encrypt and they want to tokenize the assets that's owned within this. So they want to bring in a coin for the chat app, and they want to also create coupons. So the users mostly it's a travel oriented application with a map system. So any merchant or client, wherever they're trying to connect with people, they can also connect with companies and SMEs. So from there onwards, they tokenize coupons, and that's being shared. So that's a pretty interesting one. And one of the major use cases we did was with KSPA for traceability. Is to check on recyclable uh, hangers, right? Hangers being manufactured and further recycled, and we had to trace the entire process on blockchain. That provided an audit trail for their clients, their consumers, and finally the organization itself. So what we currently do, while we are trying to get our product matured and getting more clients into products, we have always been good at building and developing blockchain solutions. So the three founders that's part of the team, blockchain experts with 5 years plus experience in the industry in building blockchain solutions. Prior to that, also software solutions. So what we really cater to is a blockchain need in the client, and we consult them. We do the entire life cycle on transforming companies coming onto blockchain, and also we give additional packages where they can build other solutions, web or else any mobile applications, any small adjustments that they want in addition to blockchain. We are gladly open to provide the service as well. So we are mostly experts in smart contract and token development. In addition to that, we build solutions as well. So, like I said, our team consists of most of the blockchain experts. In addition to that, we provide regular software development services too. And if you're curious on the blockchains that we are working on, we obviously work with Ethereum, then Polygon, to make sure that transactions go through, and mainly for scalability purposes. And any chain that the clients are interested in, we are open to working with. So these are few of our recognitions and awards. Slack Global, we were one of the what do you call new companies, startup foundation that we got selected to the Global's international one, but we didn't win though. So we are part of the founder institute companies as well. And thank you very much for your time, guys. You can reach us anytime at info at Niftron, or just reach our CEO Sharman at Niftron, or just reach me Azim at Niftron.com. Yeah, we should be able to help you with any blockchain queries that you have. And also, yeah, that's what we are. Thank you.
Thank you, As. That's very impressive. But we'll wait for the Q&A session to bring on any questions from the listeners. But
Yeah.
may I ask you, I know that you're working on the very high end of the technology with blockchain, right? So do you mind explaining the use case here in terms of blockchain, dumbing it down to the average person who is not
Yeah.
familiar, who is not a techie person?
Yeah. Sure. So let's think of this as a book that you're writing on, right? So take, for example, accounts that you're going to keep records of your audits. Yeah, you're running a business. You have a ledger where you're trying to put in your transactions. So it's a physical ledger. Now it's managed by one individual inside the organization. In this scenario, what we're talking about is inter-organization building of trust, right? So when the ledger is created, you have a single copy of the ledger, and it's one point of single point of failure. Now, when anyone does a change, or there's a minute change, for example, someone is trying to get all the what you call decimal places, and they're trying to get skim some money outside. So what we really try to do with the blockchain is anyone who does a certain action, they're accountable for what they have done, right? So every single action is tagged to a key pair. Hmm? So key pair is your identity on the blockchain, and you're accountable for your actions. Now, same way, even the transactions. I'm just skipping ahead. Let me just come back. So once you're accountable for your actions, what really happens is everyone or the organization who's really doing the audit, or as a third party that comes in, they can easily find out who has done this so and so action, and they can trace back. It's not just a physical document anymore. Even though it's on the digital ledger, there's multiple copies. It's immutable. So the blockchain technology brings in few characteristics: immutability, there's ownership, and you can obviously trace through it. So in doing so, it creates easy auditability, right? So that's based on a use case I've tried to explain. But if you truly want to know, it's a decentralized ledger. So the same ledger example, you don't have a single copy. It's not a single point of failure. Multiple copies are there, and all of them are synced together. So when the syncing happens, technically, no single person can manipulate it, and everyone knows who has done what at any point in time.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Yes, for that explanation. So I believe the viewers here got an idea if you're not a high tech person, what this technology can do and how futuristic what you're working on is. Thank you. So let me now bring use the next speaker. Next speaker is Mr. Nisal Chandrasekhar of Supreme Cash, and there will be two others who will be joining from the same company. That is Hansiran and Sararan Singha. But I believe Nisal will be the one to present. So let me bring you on. Hi, Nisal. Good morning and good evening to you. Yeah, take it over.
Hi, Aruna. Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah.
Go ahead, Nisal.
Yeah, I hope I'm totally audible. So,
You are.
all right. So, okay. And thanks for the opportunity. And I'll explain who we are and what we do in the space. So, basically, we are in the name of Ceylon Cash, and that connects with two of the companies. One is in totally Sri Lankan context. We are defined us as the community builders in Web3. So basically, we are doing multiple services to the crypto community at the same time, blockchain development communities. So we identify us as Web3 community builders, and we have a local crypto and blockchain community. And we do develop Telegram bots. We have a podcast, and at the same time, we have a news platform, play and learn community, and a research team in the blockchain space. So apart from the services, so these are the major milestones we had in the Ceylon Cash journey. We started Ceylon Cash back in 2017 as a community group initiative, and it became a in real life platform where people can connect in the blockchain and crypto space. And in 2023, we have secured our partnership with Binance, being the largest crypto exchange in the world, and enabling crypto payment to the South Asian region. And in this year, we started a Web3 co-working space in the heart of Colombo. And so this is our team. We started with a three-member team, but we gradually became a crypto community, and that crypto community uh, became a crypto development and blockchain development company as well. So why I call crypto and blockchain in the both ways is we are not only serving the blockchain companies, we also serve the Web3 and crypto companies as well. So these are the main industry leaders which were the clients for us and the partners for us, starting from Binance, Ton, Bitget, Bitasa, and multiple exchanges out there in the world, and to the local uh, companies like SIP and the some of the local initiatives as well. So we started building our community in different segments. So we have a Bitcoin only community, and we have a traders community, we have a, gaming community, and we have a Web3 developers community, as well as a crypto high net worth individuals community. So what we were trying to build here is wanted to segment the existing Web3 communities into different categories, whoever the um, categories they like. So we understand that there are around 1 million users in the Sri Lankan context having their Binance wallets, because we are closely working with Binance. We got some of the records from them. So as the centralized exchange wallet usage, we have around 1 billion, which is close to 5% of the population. And social media active users will come to around 200K to 300K. These are some previous um, items, but our reach is now around 100K level. So starting from the community initiative, we started as a Telegram group, but we grew through the multiple social media platforms: Telegram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Discord, and different platforms. So we initiated educating all of these crypto and Web3 communities to know what really blockchain and what are the Web3 initiatives are. So that's how we started our company and initiated our um, total understanding of how to be safe on the pyramid scams or the whatever the thing out there pretending to be crypto and blockchain. So we wanted to educate on these multiple communities, and all of the community leads on these platforms are well connected with us. So initially this became a community initiative, but now it has become a product. So basically, if any Web3 company who wants to come into the Sri Lankan context and tap into the Sri Lankan community. So we are the main hub who connects all the Web3 links to them. So basically, Web3 community is not something anyone can tap into through a general social media or something like having a general event. So how we do that is we host multiple events around the country, starting from Bitcoin meetups, Ton blockchain meetups, Cosmos meetups, and even we do yacht parties as well. So these are the main things we do at the community building part. But community building became to a technological aspects with some of the usage of the Telegram bots. So this is where our actual products come in. So this is some community engagement bot we did for the Binance for South uh, APAC region. In this region, we build a Telegram bot to increase the existing community from 20% of the level. So at the start of this campaign, Binance had only around 100K users on these 5 countries. But after our campaign, we had a Telegram bot which is monitoring all of these Telegram groups within these countries. They wanted to track what is their loyalty to the brand and how they will communicate throughout these platforms, because community is a very key initiative when it comes to the Web3 companies and the blockchain companies. So once you have a proper community, you are well succeeded on the almost everything. So Binance selected us as the bot development partner for Asia region, and we had a similar fantasy level application gamified with the technology. So we are not only community builders in the event management side, but we also do the technical developments of these as well. So we cater these community building initiatives with our capability of Telegram bot building. So we started as a Telegram bot building where people need to predict their cricket matches, so whatever the campaigns which is happening in the real life with their existing crypto life. So that's how we created this social media activity, and we bring all of the users to bring other users to the same platform as well. That's why we call us as the community builders in with the technology part as well. We are not a marketing agency, but we are a technical development company who build community engagement tools with the technology. And after succeeded on the Asian region campaign, actually Binance African region also wanted to connect us to their football campaign in the African region. So throughout the 9 continents, we ran this campaign to Binance platform, and through that platform also we got converted around 25% of the existing user base. So these are some of the things which we do. At the same time, we also build Telegram mini apps to the communities. So these are some of the apps which we built at the moment. All of these are some way linked to the Web3 or the blockchain at a one time. And at the same time, we have built multiple Telegram bots. These are some of the things which we can expose as a startup or the development service company. But these are some of the local initiatives which we were trying to do to educate the local community as well. So Bitcoin Deepa is a very local initiative, 100% local initiative. We created world's first Telegram bot with the Telegram mini application with the Lightning wallet support. So we have around 1,400 wallet users with the Bitcoin Deepa app, and and that's more than a bot, but we have a NFC linked hardware wallet as the Bitcoin Deeper. So at the same time, we do the events around the country, and we are also connected with the initiatives like Bitcoin Beach El Salvador, Bitcoin Lake Costa Rica, and there are multiple Bitcoin initiatives around the world who are running their own nodes. So we also built our own Bitcoin wallet with us. So these are the basic things which we do. At the same time, if any, as I told earlier, if any company wants to come into the local context and build their existence on the local end, we also support them to come into the local regulatory environment with the support of Port City being blockchain and crypto friendly. At the moment, we have secured two exchange partnerships within the Port City. We are also working as the community partners for these exchanges, and like all the other countries, this is getting regulated. It's just the time which we are coming to that level. And apart from those things, we also had partnered with the NSINGA to start a local initiative for all of the Web3 and fintech companies to have a co-working space in the local context where we enable local Web3 startups to come and do their blockchain skill sharing and knowledge sharing at the same time, because we also host the blockchain related events as well. So these are the main things which we do for the services. Apart from these things, any existing company who needs to convert their existing developers into the Web3 developers, we do help them to convert their existing knowledge into the Web3 level. So these are the main technologies we educate them. We augment our team with the other companies to create their own Web3 initiative with us. Basically, we are getting 2 or 3 members from our team and augment them with the other teams, other companies' teams to create their own Web3 companies, because we also wanted to educate and promote these Web3 technologies where people can uh, learn new technologies without being afraid of that blockchain technologies. So, in terms of the other things which we do as the software engineering part, we also do develop the applications at the same time. We being the Binance Pay partner for the South Asian region, we enable local restaurants and the e-commerce stores to accept crypto payment without touching any crypto. Why I call crypto without touching crypto means, since we don't have a proper regulatory clarity on the crypto acceptance, we have a partnership with Binance to remit us the not the crypto but the USDs. So basically, as you all know, even though we accept it or not, there are multiple users who are using cryptocurrencies in the local context. But when they do a payment like this, all of these payments come to the Sri Lankan context as a inward remittance. So that's how we enable crypto payments into the local restaurants. And apart from that, we have a chain analytics tool, which is built to analyze all of the on-chain data, which being the world's largest uh, data warehouse, I would say, data lake, because this has multiple blockchains connected to the same platform. We have a real-time on-chain analytics tool at the with the records of the uh, on-chain and the social proofs as well. At the same time, we also have a separate partner which connects the Web3 segmentation, as I told earlier, with the on-chain data analysis and the off-chain data analytics. We collect these users into a one platform and pass the Web3 advertising into them. So those are the main things what we do. And for these, by this slideshow, you might think we are doing multiple things at the same time. But yes, we act as a Web3 community builders at the same time startup factory for the Web3. But we might need to say all of these different initiatives which I mentioned at the latest level are run by different product owners or the CEOs for these products. So that's how we built our Web3 journey within the local context. Thank you.
Thank you, Nisa. That's very interesting. So just curious, do you have a handle of what kind of percentage of crypto payments in Sri Lanka compared to other methods?
It's very low at the moment. Currently, we only have around 1 million rupees per week rate.
That's
because
very
people
smart.
are actively buying mobile phones and the laptops as well,
Oh, I see.
because these segments connect at the same level where Web3 users used to buy different things on the e-commerce platforms, but the restaurants don't get any. I mean, it's very rare where a restaurant will do a Web3 payment or crypto payment.
That's what I was thinking actually. So,
Yeah,
uh, your cricket example is pretty interesting. I'm sure we all know cricket well enough. Can you
yeah,
explain what you do there and how it's been implemented?
yeah. So I'll go back to the and this is what it happens. So this is mainly built on the Telegram groups itself. So how we built that was Binance actually having their own Telegram groups for different countries. So they wanted to check how loyal their community members are. So they at the same time they also had this Premier League at the same time. So we ran a campaign like this one. Each and every day you need to predict today's winners. This is not something we need to bet on. Just saying I am predicting today's winner is Sri Lanka versus South African match. Sri Lanka will win by 133 runs. And this message will go to all of the community members in the Telegram group. These Telegram groups consist of around 10,000 to 20,000 members within that group. Only a Telegram bot could do that uh, question asking on the social media. So we pass this message, and these users want to um, share their prediction throughout the other social medias like Twitter, Instagram, or anywhere with these hashtags. So we are tracking these hashtags around these other social medias and giving them a specific points based on the social activity and the referral activity onto the Telegram group. So Binance's main KPI was to bring more users into their existing Telegram group. So how we did was we created all of these platform within that Telegram bot monitoring. So basically, we build a bot who can monitor all of these social media activity. At the same time, this automatic image generation and tracking of the users' behaviors. And at the same time, they also get the how close are they to the real prediction level. At the end of the day, these top five winners will get around 10 USDs from Binance. So Binance is spending that money into this campaign, so they have a separate marketing budget defined throughout the campaign. So ticket price goes around uh, 3 to 4 weeks time, and for all the matches, each and every day, people are predicting today's winner. And at the end of the day, there will be one winner who gets that $10 prize. So it will be divided into five, and there are around each and every match they will be getting the same prediction, and that's how they so they are their activity on the group also adding some points into their leaderboard. Basically, once you chat on that group, for every one message within 30 minutes, they are getting a point as a run. So we call that it as a run because we wanted to gamify that one. So they are getting these points based on the community activity on the Telegram group and the referrals who bring them into the Telegram group itself. So that's how we built that cricket solution, and that was the one converted into the football as well.
Got it. Got it. That's pretty interesting. So, how do you monetize this? Is it betting companies?
This is actually not into the betting, but they are Web3 exchange, crypto exchanges. They just want the campaign to be run by us. So how what we do is we build this campaign with the help of technology. So how what we do is we are providing the product engineering part to them. We are building the engineering part and we are building the product to them. So that's how we
That's your
get
revenue.
that. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it. Okay. Thanks, Nisal. Very interesting presentation. So I want to actually ask about the competitive landscape, but I'll hold that to the end because I want to pose that question to
Yeah.
every presenter. So thank you very much. Let me
Thank you.
introduce the next presenter. Uh, That is Mr. Lakshan De Silva of Hyperglero. Lakshan, you're on screen now. You're on the platform. Please take it away.
Thank you, Aaron. Just 1 second. I think it's uploading my this thing.
Yeah, I still don't see your presentation, but yeah, let's give it a minute.
Yeah. Can you guys see it now?
Hold on. Yeah, I think I saw it on my end. I'm just adding it to the platform now. Here you go.
So, sorry, let me just keep it. You guys are fine seeing it now, right?
Yeah, you can see it. Right. Good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we are Hyperglade. We're a US based blockchain startup. I mean, we're a product company. We focused on real world use cases for blockchain technology. We started off with NFTs in 2020, and then we had a lot of traction doing Sri Lanka's first NFT auction. And in the region, we were one of the first to convert fiat payments into crypto, like digital assets. So we built up a partnership with MasterCard through that, then also with a few uh, partners in the Web3 space. We had a because we understood the importance of blockchain as a core technology, and because of that, we pivoted into actual real world use cases. And one of the things we looked at is the low hanging fruit is traceability, and then also we looked at trade finance, and we also looked at other use cases like asset tokenization and crowdfunding. So we have done POCs on all these use cases, and we've also raised funding. We raised a pre-seed round that last year from Draper Associates in Silicon Valley, and that kind of helped us get a lot of traction. We're chain agnostic. We worked with Ethereum, Polygon, then Solana to Avalanche. So we've worked across the board, and in our case, we are doing our customer acquisition right now, and we've customers. We've got customers in APAC, mainly in Indonesia, Singapore, and also in the US and Sri Lanka and India. Right now, we're scaling up our trade finance product and our tokenization product, and we just closed our seed round. I'm sorry, like, are you guys seeing my deck properly? Because I feel like it's a bit off, or is it?
Yes, last time. We can see.
Oh, you can see, right? Okay, sure, no problem. Thanks, because I was seeing two of it. So our team comes from a very diverse set of backgrounds. I personally studied in the U.S. I worked there for a bit in finance in New York, and Gamika also comes from finance. He was in London. Our rest of the team comes from a very deep tech background. We have over 3 blockchain developers who are in the co-founding team. And so for us right now, I mean, the ask would be pretty much, we would like to see if there are partners in terms of go to market, because we have a product, we have traction, we have investment. So we'd be happy to, because we operate as a C corp out of the US. We are Reg D and Reg S compliant, and we have a fund structure also in the US. So it's kind of exciting to see the Sri Lankan diaspora being interested, and we'd be happy to. I mean, I myself lived in the US for almost 10 years, so we'd be happy to see what you guys are interested in, and kind of see what we can do from there. I mean, I'm sorry, like my presentation is quite short because I was not familiar with the audience, but we'll be happy to discuss further if you have any questions. Yeah.
All right, Lakshan, thank you very much. So I think this is the time that I will bring the panel back
Yeah.
for any questions. We have Azim, Lakshan, and let me get Nisal back as well. So you actually referring to Lakshan, who the audience is, as I said in my introduction. What we are trying to do from Slackcom is to provide a platform for most of the Sri Lankan organization. I think you had an advantage of being here and actually hosting your company here, right? Securing investments and obviously giving exposure, because we as expat community in the US and around the world can play a huge role in terms of individually getting involved or carrying this as a word of mouth to someone who has the capacity to get involved, right? So, as I mentioned, it we do have a very high tech investment, friendly investment savvy kind of community as well as a whole lot of others who are not into that space at all. And the whole reason why we thought of this venture are twofold. One thing is, I'm sure you will agree, Lakshan, particularly somebody living in the US, that there's a lot of Sri Lankans who really have the passion in making an investment in Sri Lanka just to help the country. But they do not have a proper program, uh, well curated platform that investments are guaranteed and they are secure. And in fact, many of these people who have tried their hands, I would say that just an anecdote, 9 out of 10 people have got a raw deal because there's really not a formal platform or organization or ecosystem where it was nurtured in a way that the tech industry has. So we wanted to solve that problem on one end. On the other end, we have been very closely working with Slashcom and ICTA and being observing how well the tech industry in Sri Lanka has actually come up, nurtured so well into a very rounded ecosystem with Stanford University getting involved in terms of startup, uh, molding them and all that. So there is enough evidence and confidence in uh, bringing these two parties together as a middleman, like a chamber like ours. So we are not into IT business or any business here, but we are what we are trying to do is to establish this platform. And it is actually snowballing from the start that we took 4 months ago into getting carrying this message and more people getting interested. So from the startups and the venture capital firms who presented in the very first one back in June, which we did alongside with Digicon 24 that Sachin and team put together, has gained a lot of steam in getting the word out and looking at this opportunity as a very positive one. So that's I gave a very long answer into who our community, who the listeners are, and there are people who are joining live as we speak now, and there's a whole lot more who will watch the reruns and they will actually get in touch with us. So two things at the end of this session. I will be asking for each of you to send a synopsis of your company. Say that it's a half a page synopsis, very easy read, and we reach out to all those who have registered in participate in this session to get in touch with you all directly. And even you all know that, and even there have been requests from many listeners who are in the tech space to include their startup in this forum. So what we have done is we have asked them to uh, we have asked them to get in touch with ICTA because we leave that selection process directly to Sachin and the team. So long answer, but as a start, I think today's section, today's coverage uh, had a lot of interesting, very high tech presentations, as you know. And to begin with, actually, let me ask you about the competitive landscape. In terms, I'm sure every one of you are eyeing the bigger piece of the pie in terms of the established market like the US. Who are your competitors and how are you positioned to compete with them?
Sure. If I'm to answer that, so if you take the real world asset tokenization and if you kind of piggyback, if you focus on the fintech component of it. That is where you provide access to capital. And as Azim said, trade finance is an interesting market. If you look at trade finance, there's a 2.5 trillion trade gap. So what we're doing is we're focusing on last mile financing requirements, and we're tokenizing it, and we're floating it as an investable security for crypto investors, that is like USDC holders, USDT holders, to invest and diversify their portfolio and have access to a real world use case. So what we are doing is we are creating an asset class ground up using blockchain technology, and then floating it like with multiple exchanges. So in the US, there's a company called Goldfinch. They're one of the marquee blockchain fintechs who's in the same space as us. And then there are folks like Drip Capital. They're based out of India. They're also in trade finance. But the pie is big enough that it's a matter of figuring out what your entry point is. And for us, it's like last mile financing requirements, like the liquidity crunches are experienced in last mile financing. So even in the US, we've had a couple of chats with 7-Eleven, but we need a lending license in the States, which costs about $2.5 million. So we are going to first do it as an APAC focused product, the APAC and developing market focused product. And then we're going to, go back to the States in about 12 months. So that's kind of a roadmap right now, because we have to be capital efficient. And being in Sri Lanka, that actually, and is an advantage for us, because our tech and our operational runway compared to the US is relatively cheaper. So we are using that to our advantage. So that's one of the strengths. And obviously, Sri Lankan tech talent, even though we are underrepresented or we are kind of often overlooked, is I would say globally benchmarked and world beating tech talent. So yeah.
Okay, thanks, Lakshan. Yes. Nisal or Azim, you want to go next? Azim?
Yeah. So basically, my main competitors are right here within the presentation and the panel. And and to be honest, what we do at Niftron is we have a very close knit connection with our clients. It's more of a word of mouth, and it's a friendly group of clients, right? We do a word of mouth, we do a successful project, and then there onwards we have a new client coming up. So it's mostly recommendations, things like that. So what we are really looking into doing at the moment is we are trying to go 10x. That is just bring in a sales engine, doing a sales force technically, and that's what we are working right now at the moment, right? So the same thing that we've been doing for the clients, mostly all projects that we do, it's the founders are highly involved within the projects. So we always look at the vision of our client, and that's how we cater to their needs. So what we're trying to really do is we're trying to build a sales force, a team with the same visions that we have, and there onwards do the 10x expansion. And to be honest, we have tried, within the 4 years that we've been running, we've tried to, educate Sri Lanka, educate on the, what do you call necessity and real use case of blockchain. It's not really picking up within the country per se, right? But the best case scenario we can do is always the foreign and the West and the European countries, they are ready and they are looking, they're eager to get onto blockchain. So that's where our clientele is, and that's what we are aiming for.
Got it. Thanks, Azim. Nisal?
From my end, actually, we being community builders at the same time Web3 developers. So we basically serve to any of the our competitors. So as we convert the competitors into partners and serving them the community building part to them. So almost every Web3 company who want to build on the community, we help them to build the communities. So that's how we convert existing competitors the partners, and that's where we are having our community building part with the technical development capabilities. So that's how we tackle that question in that scenario. But at the same time, we are also trying to expand our teams. As you mentioned, we also trying to expand our sales force into the US and Europe regions. At the same time, we are fully self-funded. We are not funded by any person. We are fully self-funded within the from the startup level as well. So we have different kind of products we built up to some level where we were serving the other solutions. So our main cash flow being the service oriented one, and now we are slowly moving into the building our own products. So for each and every product which we are having separate CEOs or the product owners for them, and we are trying to get this out as the Web3 startup factory in the Sri Lankan level. So as we already having partners with every other Web3 development company in the Sri Lankan context, we are not a basically not a competitor to any of these guys.
Isn't that a nice arrangement? That's nice. Okay, so we'll quickly go to a question from the viewers. Would like to know from the first two presenters, I think this came in a while ago, about what the ask is in terms of investment. Relevant to one of you.
It says from the first two presenters, so I'm assuming it's Nisal and
Yeah,
Aslam. Yeah.
I know the
I'm not
Nicholas
much
mentioned
sure either.
some
Really, I'm
of
not
these
sure.
are included, but it is applicable to
Oh
you
yeah,
as well.
so I think yeah. So basically, we've gone through a seed round of 100,000 USD, and what we are really looking for is a Series A at the moment. So that is with our 10x expansion. Um, it's a range of 1 mil. That's our ask at the moment.
Thanks, Azul. Nisal?
Uh, from our end, we didn't have any investments with us. So we are trying to get decoupled with the products which we built. So we will be planning to decouple the existing product which we developed with different initiatives. So for instance, what we are expecting on that different products. One is for the crypto payments, which we are trying to expand with the local infrastructure. So at the moment, crypto payment is the main product which we are having for the local context. For that one, we are lacking some of the local infrastructure with the banks. So we are actively working with some of the banks. Once we get the bank clearance, we are totally able to expand our reach. For the expansion, we are expecting the investments from that.
Got it. Lakshan?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, in our case, we've actually closed our funding rounds, but we do have a component where the lending arm of us, it's a fund structure, which is a multi-series fund based out of Delaware. So it's a Delaware LLC. So for that, I mean, if you're an accredited investor with like a minimum ticket size of $50,000, we'd be happy to have a chat. That could be, if you have it in USDC or USDT. So we'd love to have a chat, and please do get in touch.
That's exactly who we are targeting, actually. So, yes. Thanks, Lakshan. So, the next question, I believe, is to me. Does the organization able to organize an investment opportunity that will facilitate diversification among the multiple startups? Certainly, CW will have a chat, and I would like to understand the details behind what your expectation is. Certainly, after the session, I'll email you and we can set up a time to discuss. So, with that, I think we are right on time. Uh, I will let the presenters take a moment to, if you want to mention anything else. I think, Nisal, listening to your presentation, I would be interested to see how we can build a community to see their investment activity and from Slackcom itself, and so that we can be extremely targeted to those groups for those who are looking for investments in Sri Lanka. So I'm definitely I'll be in touch with you as well. So everyone who's listening around, thank you very much for joining in for the first time. Some joining for the first time. So again, thanks everyone, and Azim, Nizal, Lakshan, thanks for your interesting presentations too. And as always, Sachin has been very active in putting these panels together, working with us directly. Sachin, thank you very much for your involvement and your your passion in getting this initiative going. Thanks, everyone. So that's it for today. And
Thank
you
you.
can expect the synopsis as well as the recorded video email to you all. I'm talking to those everyone who has registered, who are live today, as well as who could not attend. So, and we'll be following up with you. And if you had a question, directly please direct them to either ICTA or one of the presenters here today. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Raj.